Hi, I'm Reva with Quality Sewing and Vacuum, and today we're going to take a look at the sewing features of your new Bernina 990. Now this machine is really easy to sew with. In fact, it's probably the best sewing experience I've had on any machine, and I know you're going to love it just as much as I do. But it's really simple to use. Let's take a look at the screen. We have simple navigation on the screen. We have our regular stitches, decorative stitches, alphabets, buttonholes, and specific quilting stitches, as well as a personal menu. So when you're in a menu like the utility stitches, you can scroll through and find your stitch of choice. When you choose it, it becomes blue and it's displayed right here on the main portion of the screen. If you want to change the width or length, you can do that right here. Let's choose a zigzag just so you can see. If I want to change the width of the stitch, I use the knobs. And if I want to change the length of the stitch, I use the bottom knob. If we want to change the position of the stitch, we can use the bottom buttons below the knobs to shift the stitch from left to right. So if I go back to a basic straight stitch, I can move my needle position left and right very, very simply. So this is the stitch width and this is the stitch length. This is a straight stitch, so it's at 0. If we go to a zigzag, this is a 3.0 width stitch and my length is 1.7. Notice that those are in yellow. That's because we've changed it. So as I make this wider, that becomes a larger number, and as I make it longer, it becomes a larger number there. So we're going to go back to our, let's go back to our normal setting, which will be, it will be white. There we go. So when it's white, that's the default setting. So we'll take this back down a little bit to our stitch width. There it is. And then we have our standard, the way it is out of the box, the standard stitch. Now, if you want to do other things with your stitches, we can touch on the pencil, and the pencil is always your editing function, and it still leaves the screen up for your stitches. This is where you're going to find mirror image, triple stitch for bold, jumbo stitch, our long stitch, things like that, and I can close that out. Now, you have some other things on the screen that you may be interested in. One is this little eyeball. When we touch the eyeball, it gives us the ability to see things a little bit differently right on the screen. Up top is the viewing of your stitch either vertically or horizontally, because you may want to know what it looks like when it goes left to right. It's still going to stitch out in the same way on the fabric, but that gives you a view. Then we have the second button is a little foot with a line through it, and that's going to hide the sewing foot from the screen. The next one down here looks like a tic-tac-toe board, and this will put on a grid in the background, and it also will give you a nice, more bold line that is center needle position. And then, of course, we have our zoom. And if you touch and drag this up, you're going to zoom in and you're going to zoom out. That's what's included in our menu with the little eyeball. Don't you love how everything is right on the screen and you don't have to leave the screen to be able to do a different function? If you change your mind about anything, you can undo and redo, so you can make the most of that situation there. Now, another thing that I want to show you is using some other tools. One tool you're going to love using is this camera. When we turn that on, it actually turns on a camera that gives you a real-time view of exactly what's underneath the needle and where it's stitching. This is particularly helpful if you're doing decorative stitches, so you can see that the size is appropriate and that it is stitching exactly how you want it to show. The display of the stitch on the screen here is at 100% view, so you can know for sure that that is how that is going to stitch out. Such an amazing tool. Something practical that you're going to do a lot of. or you may do a lot of. Let's go to our main menu, and we're going to go back to the home, and we're going to go into our help center. And I want to go to the consultant because I want to look at Appliqué. So I'm going to touch Appliqué from the choices. It tells me what stitch to use, what thread, what foot I should use, and I'm going to say check mark, yep, I'm ready to go. And then it's going to automatically load the stitch, and it tells me what foot I want on. So I'm going to raise my presser foot and go ahead and take that foot off and put the foot on that it suggests. And it's suggesting that I use the 20C foot, which is the open toe foot, because we're going to do a little bit of applique real quick. Now, anytime you're doing applique or any type of decorative stitch, you do want to have a piece of stabilizer underneath your fabric, so that way it will support the pull of the thread, and your fabric can just relax and be fine. So what I'm going to do is I want to stitch around this, but I'm going to use this tool right here. In the bottom left-hand corner, you have the little icon that will turn on the laser guide. Can you see that little dot? That is our laser guide. And what that is telling us is that the needle is going to go into the fabric exactly in that location. And when the needle is going to swing to the left, that little light is going to get to that position just ahead of the needle, so you can know that you are lined up absolutely perfect. So I'm going to line the edge of my fabric with the inside toe of the foot, which is right where that little the laser guide is going. And then as I sew, I'm going to see that it's picking over, and the needle actually is going right where that laser goes. Isn't that amazing? Being able to know exactly where the needle's going to go even before you get there, just a fraction of a moment before the needle goes there. So you can stitch and be just so confident that you're going to be able to stitch exactly where you want it to go. One more stitch, and I'm going to stop there. Then I can pivot and continue on. So if you want your stitches to turn out absolutely perfect, whether it be a zipper or a decorative stitch, this is the tool that you're going to want to use. Look at how perfectly that stitched out, and that was the machine helping me to do it. So when you're looking at the screen and you see things that are yellow, you know that they have been changed. I have my laser on. The 20C foot is on. The tension has been adjusted because it's doing applique, and my needle down function is turned on. Wasn't that cool how when you stop, the needle goes into the fabric and you're able to pivot without having to do anything with your hands? So that is really fun. But let's take a look at something else. So now let's look at doing a stitch combination, and that is this little icon on the bottom called Combi mode. So when we touch that, we're going to move over into the combination section. I'm going to bring up a stitch, and I think I want to do a decorative stitch. Let's grab a flower. This flower starts at the stem and then goes to the bud. I think I'd like to flip that over. So let's go to Edit, and I'm going to flip it over so it starts at the top. Perfect. Now what we can do is I'm going to add another of the flowers. Now, isn't that cute? They're going to stitch stem to stem. Absolutely adorable. Well, I think I want to add one more little element there so it has a little bit of a visual break in between the stems. So I'm just going to put one more flower. Now, if you don't want to stitch it out, you can just see the full preview right here on the screen, and we can go sew it out. So if we're going to sew it out, we can see our preview horizontally or vertically, and we're ready to go. So that's Combi mode. Now, if you'd like to save this to use over and over, you can touch your Save button, and then you can save it as a new stitch, and you can name it whatever you want. And I'm going to call it Flower 1, and then check mark. And now that stitch has been saved into my personal menu. So easy to do. Another function of this machine that makes your sewing easy is the buttonhole function. Now I know a lot of people don't care for buttonholes, but this machine makes it really, really simple. So let's just do a basic buttonhole. And by the way, look at all those buttonholes. There are knit buttonholes, keyhole buttonholes for thick fabrics, there's blouse buttonholes, all sorts of different buttonholes. This is just a standard buttonhole. So now let's go in and edit our buttonhole. So we're going to go ahead and touch our edit function, which opens up our edit menu. And I want to set the length of the buttonhole. Now you can choose to record your buttonhole on your own. You can have it do it auto. You can have it count how many stitches, and you can just sew it manually. Auto is kind of the way I like to go. So how this works is you're going to actually take your button and you're going to, whoops, you're going to take your button and set it on the screen. Now I'm going to do that in a second here, because what we're going to do is turn our width knob until that circle is the same size as our button. And there we are at the 15 millimeters is the same size as this button. So now I know that the buttonhole the machine is going to make is going to actually fit our button. So I'm going to go ahead and take off my sewing foot and put on the buttonhole foot. Okay, so now we're ready to go. I have my fabric under here. We're going to put our foot down and we're just going to start sewing. Now, we want to change the foot to tell it we're using the 3A foot, which is our buttonhole foot. So we want to do that as well. Now we can push and hold the sew start stop button, and it's going to automatically begin sewing our buttonhole. It will automatically do the reverse side and do the right side of the buttonhole and do the bar tacks at both ends of the buttonhole all on its own. Because we chose the size of the button, it makes a perfect buttonhole for our button. So there we go. It's going to be absolutely perfect. It even adds that little bit of extra you need for the thickness of your button. So buttonholes are really easy, whether you're doing them for home dec or you want to do them for a garment. It's so easy to do. Let's take a look at a decorative stitch. We're going to go into our decorative stitch menu, and you can see all the different categories that we have in the machine. And we can choose a category, and then you can choose from the stitches within that category. What a cute little bee. Let's choose that one. Now, as you're stitching this design out, remember, one cool thing is that we have that camera, so you're going to be able to see exactly where that's going to stitch. So make sure you use that. Another thing that's really fabulous about this machine is that you can turn this stitch into a very large stitch or a jumbo stitch. So we're going to go to our pencil, because that's edit. We're going to choose jumbo stitch, and then we can touch and hold this, and we can take this up to 500% of the original size, and it will add in the needed stitches, or you can make it really tiny by going down to 60% of the original size, and it will take out stitches. So just remember that depending on the stitch that you're using, just because you can make it 500% bigger or down to 60% smaller doesn't mean that it's going to stitch out well. So make sure you do a test so you know that it's going to turn out the way that you want it to. Now I'm going to turn it back to the regular size just by tapping it one time and get it back to 100%. Remember, if it's yellow, that means it's been changed, and if it's blue, that is the default. So let's go back here and let's take a look at our other features. We have our mirror image left to right. We talked about mirror image top to bottom, which doesn't change this one because it's symmetrical both top to bottom. But then we also have our balance. So when you stitch out this design, if it doesn't look the way you think it should, or it doesn't look like this when you're done stitching it out, then you can adjust the way that this looks by changing your knobs. And when you make it look this way, if that's the way it looks on your fabric and you correct it, then the machine will know what it needs to do to fix it. So you can adjust your balance. So just play with that. If your design doesn't look the way you think it should, you can come in here and adjust the balance. Let's take a look at another thing that is really awesome to use. We're going to go to a straight stitch. Now, I'm going to make my stitch length fairly long. I'm going to make it, let's say 4.5 millimeters long. And we're going to go into our edit, and we can say long stitch. What this will do is remove every other stitch penetration in the fabric. So now, instead of just a 4.5 stitch length, we have a 9 millimeter stitch length. So that gives you pretty much a basting stitch. So that is an awesome feature to be able to utilize. Now you can do other things like your directional sewing. I'm going to turn off our long stitch. Let's go to directional sewing. This will allow you to sew in various directions. Look at how it's changing. So just be mindful that if you're stitching using the directional stitching, when you sew, the fabric is going to move this direction because the feed dogs will be taking it that way. So you're going to want to have the bulk of the fabric ready to go that direction. It's also available to use in Combi mode, so you can build different combinations and make beautiful borders and things like that. One other fun thing that you're going to love is this little icon right here. It looks like a little bobbin, and that's what it is. So if you touch it, it's going to tell you about how much bobbin that you have. It says that my bobbin level is good. So we're ready to, you know that you're ready to keep sewing if you give that a quick check. Now, if at any time you want to do any type of stitching where you don't want to use the feed dogs, you can touch this icon and they're lowered and they're ready to be put away until you want to have them back again. When you turn it back on, when you take your first stitch, they will re-engage. So I hope this gives you a little bit of information so you can get started sewing with your 990. Be sure to check out our other videos. We have one on the overview of the machine. We also have one on embroidery and also on using the BISR. Thanks for joining us, and be sure to visit us at qualitysewing.com.